I think a lot of people now who get into jazz view it as like a sport or a game almost. It's not that at all. It's so much more than that. I love jazz music, but I love making music. But jazz specifically, it's like, man, I mean, it's everything though to me. You know, it means everything. My name is Luke Hart from Marietta, New York, which is near Marcellus, New York, which is near Syracuse, New York.
My bad.
Well, I'm a jazz studies student at Purchase College. But ever since like high school, like early high school, late middle school, I've been like really into jazz music and other genres of music. But I've been playing gigs with professional, semi-professional musicians. Which is obviously evolved over time, but yeah, that's what I do. In like, you know, in first grade and stuff is when I started like I would like always be listening to music on the Chromebook that we had. You know what I mean? I'd put the fucking earbuds in and I wouldn't be paying attention at all. I'd be listening to music. So that was kind of how I started like loving music. Like I just started listening to it all the time. But I chose saxophone in fourth grade. No, I obviously couldn't play. I was just dicking around making noises and stuff. But I loved it. I felt like very drawn to it, and I was like, oh man, this is such a cool thing. Like I can make these sounds with this piece of fucking metal. You know what I mean? I just thought that was really cool. But I didn't take it very seriously. You know, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I never really practiced seriously until like high school. If I really want to fuck my day up, I'll get the honey bun. Makes you want to throw up. It's awful, horrendous. Good fuel for the practicing though. I don't think jazz is something that you can just teach in a school. Music in general, but specifically jazz is a music that is not inherently like an academic like thing. It has to be so much deeper than that. But I did know if I was gonna go to college, which I had, you know, your parents want you to go to college, so like, okay, I'm gonna go to college. I might as well go for the thing that I love to do. But then, of course, you know, when you're younger, the concept of making money doing it or doing it for a living is not even in your head at all. I would go to this summer jazz camp every summer. That's where I met my friend Mike Passarelli. He's like one of my best friends in Syracuse, great piano player. That's when we like started like just jamming together. We didn't know shit, you know. We knew like a few standards that we would just play all the time. It was fun and I loved it, and just being that connection that I made with these people that I would just jam with. But it was like unlike any feeling that I'd ever felt before, you know. It was like a connection that you can't get from anything else. And I was like, man, this is incredible. And then also when we were playing in rock bands and shit like that, seeing people dance to the music you're making and seeing other people's reactions, you know what I mean? Because when you're making music, it's not for you really. It's and I think like that feeling of making other people feel was also what drew me to it. A lot of young people do get into jazz now because like vinyls are like, I don't know, they're like popular again. People are really into it. A lot of young people I think start getting into jazz because of the aesthetic of it, which is like, ultimately I think people should, if you get into it because of the aesthetic of jazz, you should get deeper into it. But like I'll see people at clubs, like people who aren't musicians. That's another important thing. I think it's because people like the vibe of it, but then through that they get into the music. Why young people don't get into it. I think a lot of times people will just hear it in the context of it being background music. But I've had friends from, you know, bumfuck Syracuse, New York, who I've sat down with and showed them like a Coltrane record, like through and through, and they're like, wow, that was fucking incredible. It's because they actually sat and listened to it and paid attention, and you can feel the energy that was put into that music. You know? Like jazz is a very energetic music, it's a very emotional music, it's a very spiritual music. The other thing is people need to see it live. Jazz is a music that is meant to be heard live. So much of it is improvised, and in the moment things happen. You need to witness that live so you understand what draws people to it. It's just hard to see live now if you're not in New York City or some other big city. So I think that's maybe one of the biggest ones is you just need to hear live. The people that I've met through it and the people I've been introduced to through it, just like some of the most amazing, like genius people I've ever met in my life. And it's given me an outlet to have a voice through and a way to express myself and a way to make other people feel, a way to make me feel. It makes you feel free. It really, ultimately, jazz is freedom.